Guys, it is that time once again. It's Thursday night. Bolt Bros in the house. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's right. So, we're going to do a little bit of a discussion that I don't really like talking about, this is like the kind of the part of the season that's kind of like, it really just kind of rubs me the wrong way a lot of ways. But yes, we're talking about some cuts potentially that could come down the road. But however, I kind of thought about this, like kind of the reason why I do like talking about this thing right now specifically, because I want some players to know that they're in the hot seat. Because potentially, if they know that they're on the hot seat, they can step up their game and they can actually make the decision, harder for the coaches to want to let them go. I mean, because the fact is too, is like, look, clearly this is a what have you done for me lately type of league. And any player that is on the team currently that is signed, could even have a big old contract or whatever, could be on the chopping block. Like, no, granted, there are some, like the top 10 players, like the elite 9, as Jim Harbaugh would say, they're probably pretty safe. However, a lot of these other players, they really need to shine. They really need to prove that they got what it takes to be in this league. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about who's actually potentially on the chopping block and who could actually get cut in the coming weeks, leading into training camp, leading into the preseason. But we'll get into this. So let's see. Before we just jump into the intro, let's say, hey, we got Miguel's up in the house. We got HH4. What's up, my man? We got Pappy. But yeah, man. More people will trickle in as we all know. But let's just get this thing started. So I'm excited to talk about this with you guys. And while the intro's going, how about you guys just kind of get those wheels turning as well? Start throwing some names out there about some players that could be on the chopping block. So as always, guys, Bolt Bros. Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All right, guys. Yes. So we are here, man. It's Thursday. Obviously, we're in a time with the NFL where, gosh, I mean, we're all going to be kind of like, scraping the peanut butter jar for the last little bit of news that we can actually kind of drum up, So I'm sorry for that, guys. We can make up some news. We can come up with some hot goss or something like that, but, I don't really I'm not really of a gossipy type of person, we like to talk about the news for the Chargers, but we don't really like to speculate too much. And so, but that's why these kind of episodes are kind of like hard to say, but you're right, man. Peanut butter jelly is always good, Miguel. That's what's up, man. You and us, we're the same minds there. It's like, what's up? We got IDK up in the house. What up, my man? How you doing? Beef Tallow Boy. What's up? Ooh, by the way, I've been seeing a lot of videos about that though. So what is up with this beef tallow type thing? People saying that you can rub that on your skin or whatever that makes your skin like really, really smooth and feel like a baby again, like that. I don't know, man. You let me know in the chat, man. Is that something why you made that? Said Pip. But he also made a comment as I was mentioned into the intro, saying Pipkins, Jasir, and backups. Zion is in contract year, all that stuff. Yeah, good call. IDK also said Brandon Rice, and clearly, as you saw from my thumbnail, that's someone that I thought is on the bubble right now, as well for sure. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on it. So maybe we should just jump right into that a little bit, So, yeah. Let's say HH4 saying all three is trash. That's what's up. Yep. I remember to hit the thumbs up. Yes. Thank you, Pure Mustard. Yeah. So hit that thumbs up and like and subscribe if you haven't already. So yeah, tenderize the beef tallow. Yeah. I see. It always says it's way healthier than seed oils and vegetable oil. Yeah, that's what I understand. Yeah. That's what's up. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. So, anyways, okay. So let me just jump right in and start talking about that guy. Like the guy on the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me just pull that up here. Boom. Oh, hang on. Let me change this thing. So yeah. Brendan Rice, he's right off the gate. I think this year, he's kind of the guy that I think that probably, if anyone, is definitely on the chopping block. Clearly, he had a kind of a weird year last year for sure. He was on the team. Like he was a big name. He's got the pedigree behind his dad. Jerry Rice. So has a legendary father, Hall of Famer. But the same could be said about Asante Samuel Jr. But focusing on Brendan Rice, he really didn't have much play time, so we don't really know what he's fully capable of. So hopefully he can actually get some play time this year, so we can actually find that out. I would love to see what he's got cooking. Hey. We don't want that undercooked rice. We don't want that overcooked rice. We want that rice is just right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I feel like though, if he can get on the field, he really needs to show out. Look, the bottom line is though too, we have a pretty stacked wide receiver room though. You know what I'm saying, guys? We got Ladini McConkey clearly has stepped up in a huge way. He secured himself. And we got Mike Williams back on the squad. We got, Quentin Johnston is, of course, we've talked about him a lot. We think he could be on the bubble as well, but maybe it's some trade bait situation. They're clearly not going to cut him, but he could get sent to practice squad, very easy peasy for that to happen, So, currently, actually, I'll say this, like right now, I'm looking at the roster for, on ESPN, but Trey Harris is showing on as being higher than Quentin Johnston right now. It's showing, right now our essentially our wide receiver one core is Lad McConkey, Mike Williams, and Trey Harris. Clearly showing currently on ESPN. Obviously, Mike Williams will be the slot potentially. Lad will be the outside, and Trey is also on the outside. So clearly, that's what it's showing like that right now on ESPN in the 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end set with Will Dissly as number 1, Scott Matlock at fullback, and then we have all of this stuff. So, but I digress, obviously. So Rice, obviously this is only a second year, but like I said, he hasn't really had much play time. So what do we expect from him, though? What can he do? And currently, right now, Rice is on the 3rd squad. He's a 3rd stringer on the team behind Mike Williams. Well, here's the obvious truth. We all know that Mike Williams has an injury history. So if he's actually going to be out there getting more reps all the time, odds are he's going to get hurt. But that position too, so he's behind Darius Davis. Brandon Rice is behind Darius Davis. As well. So as Darius Davis is a 2nd string compared to Brendan Rice. So, but I don't foresee Darius Davis taking over for Mike Williams. Clearly, Jim Harbaugh, he likes size, so he doesn't really like these shorter players and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So Brendan Rice is bigger than Darius Davis, so it could be very possible that he gets the bump up above Darius Davis, while Davis can just stay as the. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit here. Davis can just stay as the punt returner guy. So, let me see. Miguel asked a quick question about: is there a limit for positions, or is it just to have the 52 men? Yeah. So I don't think there's necessarily a limit to how many players they can have in any one position, but yeah, they just need to fill that 52 men. I think there's typically a standard. I would say, you don't want to have you don't want it to be too thin at a position. No, more than likely they're going to have at least 2 full sets of linemen, so they'll probably keep 10 people for linemen, first and second stringers. And then when it comes to wide receivers, we've talked about it. They'll probably keep about 6 to 7, put them on the roster, and they'll have obviously at least 2 quarterbacks. They'll probably have a third one because I think they have that rule put in place where they can have that third quarterback as kind of a free slot. So it's very possible they'll keep three quarterbacks just for that whole Brock Purdy rule that came out a couple of years ago. So yeah, Miguel's saying size doesn't matter though. So yeah. But yeah. Oh, Beef Talboy saying he needs to beat out Davis and Rager. I don't know if he needs to beat out Rager though, because I'm looking at this roster right now. Second string shows Quentin Johnson, Darius Davis, Keandre Lambert Smith. But then Jalen Rager is on the lineup behind currently Ladd McConkey as a third stringer. So Rager's with Brennan Rice and Jalen Johnson as well. And then behind them is Des Fitzpatrick, Luke Grimm, and Devin Campbell. So I don't really know. Yeah, and you're right, Jimbo. Beef. Yeah, Jimbo is a size queen. That's for sure, man. He loves the big boys. He loves those big boys up front. So but truth is though too is we just need to see some more action from Brendan Rice, and so he's definitely going to be one of those guys on the block though. So yeah, man. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. So. But yeah, Mark, as I say, what's up, Pablo? How you doing, my man? Hey, but by the way, I heard you said you got your jersey from me. So you got it delivered, man. Obviously, super stoked for you. Hopefully, get that thing framed or something like that. Or take it to a couple of games. That way you can say it's game worn. Why not? Hey, no one has to really know that it was not worn by Ladidi McConkey. But if you show up to the game with it, you could easily just say it's game worn. Yeah, it's game worn. Yeah, man. Maybe you could get some grass on it. Get some grass stains, whatever. Just hey, nobody's got to know. That's all good, my man. Yeah, it's right. Sorry, 53. Mark, correct? Yeah, for sure, Mark. Sorry about that. I a little slip of the tongue with 52. I was back in my head. I was thinking of Khalil Mack. You know what I'm saying? So let's just, I didn't pull up a slide on this one though, but what do you guys think about, some of the veteran players, that could potentially be on the bubble, for the Chargers, so obviously we picked up a couple players, let's see, on the defensive side, who is it here? Yeah, Dante Jackson, I mean, I'm just kind of thinking in my head, back of my head, do we really need him specifically on the team? Now, granted, let's think about quarterbacks for a second though, so, between him and Dean Leonard, because they're back there, I would probably want to stick with Dante Jackson though, because we've had Dean Leonard for a while. He's also technically a veteran, but he's never really shown exact lockdown corner playmaking kind of abilities and stuff like that. So it's kind of just I mean, don't get me wrong, I like him, but it's kind of it's kind of like keeping I don't know. I hate talking smack up like this, but it's, I suppose, keeping players that we like but don't really do so well is like keeping a lamp that you've had since college and you're now your home, it's like you're like, okay, yeah, man, I really like that lamp, it's been with me for a long time, it still works well, it's something like that, but I think that sometimes you just got to let these players go, man, just they don't need to stick around all the time, and and we just don't know. I feel as a veteran corner, he should be doing a lot more. I mean, let's be honest. Last year, he really just had a kind of a modest production. He only had 2 interceptions, but he allowed only 50% completions when he was when it was thrown to him, which I think that's pretty good, right? I mean, technically, I think that's pretty good. 50% chance of getting a completion when it's thrown to you. I mean, hey man, I'm not really a statistician or super anal analyst or something like that, you know. So, I mean, I think a 50% chance is not bad in this league. I mean, considering how like the ball gets thrown to people so many times, and like how many times people get throw the ball, it's like a very pass heavy league and stuff like that, you know. So I don't really know, you know. So, but the reason why like I bring this up too, though, you know, apparently, you know, because in at camp, Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart really kind of showed out a lot better than Dante Jackson. Oh, and you know, they really like, you know, raised up a lot, you know. And so I feel like, you know, they could be our star guys now, you know, Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart, you know. But okay, Mighty has a comment here about Dean Leonard here. So I think Dean Leonard is our sleeper swing cornerback. And you're very right. I think, you know, Andrew really likes Dean Leonard a lot. And I do believe that he's actually pretty fast, and so that could actually work out really good, you know. But like I said, like, I mean, he's been with us for a while, and he's never really ascended to the area, like the level that we probably needed him to be at, you know. Like he's never really proven to be a top tier cornerback, you know. Like I mean, the same goes with Asante Samuel. Like I mean, look, personally, when it comes to Asante Samuel, though, you know, who obviously still hasn't signed yet, so he's probably gonna he's shopping around, trying to shop somewhere else and stuff like that, you know, and obviously it's fine. But I really do like Asante Samuel because number one, I mean, like I know it doesn't count for stats or anything like that, you know, but the bottom line is though too is that he had literally 3 interceptions in that first half. I think maybe it was 4 of the playoff game against the Jaguars. I don't really want to bring that game up too much, obviously, because it's it kind of hurts the chest when I think about it, you know. Like I mean, my heart kind of is like, you know, jumps a little bit, you know. It's like, yeah, but he showed that he has amazing playmaker ability. And so in a lot of ways I'd like to keep him, but like we just mentioned before, Jimbo is a size queen. He likes big boys. He likes strength. He likes size, you know, height, all that stuff. And so, like, I think really his bar is basically his own height. You know, if a player is shorter and smaller than him, he doesn't like it, you know, size wise. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that one, though. So, but yeah, like, and I was gonna say this though too about Dante Jackson. Apparently, he also had very inconsistent coverage against Oronde Gadsden. But does that also just kind of show that Gadsden is more hungry? You know, because does that also show that Gadsden is just out there trying to make a name for himself even better? You know, like in maybe Dante Jackson is, you know, as a veteran, I feel like that kind of happens sometimes that people kind of, you know, they kind of just loosen up a little bit, you know. So it's like, well, maybe not, you know. So Dante Jackson could get, you know, even though we did just sign him, you know, he may still get cut, like, and then that could save us some cap space. You know, it looks like, you know, he has a high cap hit on us. You know, for $8 million. You know, so you know that could be him. That could be him. So yeah, man. Let's see. Oh, so Mighty. Oh, hang on a sec. Mighty just said you just got a Herbert jersey for Father's Day. Dang, man, that's what's up. Hey, yo, that's what's up, Mighty. I love that. That's awesome, bro. That's fantastic to hear. However, you know, to kind of go back, Father's Day is pretty bad for Eddie. This dead not good girlfriend. Yeesh, yikes, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry. You know, we'll send some prayers out for you though, for sure. You know, so like I said, everyone just shout out to Eddie there, man. I know he's been going through a rough time, guys. So everyone show some love to Eddie in the chat, man. So yeah, I know he's been going through it for a little bit, you know. So so I'm just saying, okay, so now like on the top of this too with Dante Jackson, like, okay, so we have a whole bunch of people behind him. You know, we have you know, Tarheeb Still, Cam Hart, Triquise Bridges we just picked up as well, you know. So and there's another guy actually, you know, that we actually also picked up in the roster who I actually do think is also on the the bubble as well is actually this guy right here. Is an agent. He was a free agent, undrafted free agent. Rogers played out of. Wait, actually, what's his full name here? Sorry, I mean, I'm a little discombobulated here. But this guy, he could also just get cut as well. I mean, just as well. I mean, he's an undrafted free agent, but it's very possible that he could. Yeah, Eric Rogers. Yeah, but he could also show up and show out like above Dante Jackson too, though. But he also, like, just like Dante Jackson, he struggled to stand out in the crowded group in the cornerback position. So like, he didn't really get as many reps as he needed to. He doesn't really have like all the elite traits that I believe that stuff like that. So he and Dante Jackson could just be on the way out, man. It is just kind of a bummer. But I would say this though too. It's like, so obviously more than likely that he would be let go before Dante Jackson for sure, because we'll probably, if anything, we could keep Dante Jackson for practice squad. But with the price tag that we have with Dante Jackson, it's less likely that he would just get pushed to that side of things, So I don't know. So like, if anything, he just really needs to kind of show up and show out, like, and just prove that he's got the juice, So that's just kind of my thoughts, so. Yeah, rough time. Yeah, I'm really having a rough year. Mark Scott just had a quick thought about Asante Samuel. So his shoulder and tackles scared off people. He's a good player, but needs more development. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Mark. I mean, he does need a lot more development. And he does need a little bit more possibilities of showing that he can prove what he's doing. Like, he prove that he has the worth and stuff like that. But he might not get it with the Chargers, because obviously they're not signing him. He's not really showing up to camps and stuff. And so it's just like, it's a done deal. He's not around, So Mark also has a good comment about Gatson here. Gatson's going to be another Ortiz and Alexander Steele. Yeah, I believe so too. He will also clear space for Marion Hampton, the Beast, because the safeties will have to lay off. Oh, yeah. No, you're right, though, man. And that's the thing. It's like, so by having our good rushing attack, having our good tight end attack, we'll definitely be able to open up some gaps and stuff like that, on the field. And that'd be awesome. I think, man, I'm excited to see what we got. So, okay, thinking back on, I have a couple of thoughts for Eric Rogers here, so he could, this Rogers could end up on the practice squad too, though, just because of cap space situations. Like I said, like, if it comes down to if Dante Jackson does not show up and show out, then it could just be a money move, it could be a money ball thing. Obviously we have huge monies right now, so, yeah, but we don't really need too much money, stuff like that, So the big question comes into mind, though, too, is like, with both of these players, Dante Jackson and Harbaugh, can they develop under Harbaugh's staff? Can they improve themselves under Jesse Mentor's system? And if they can, then they'll stick around. But if they can't, sorry, guys, it's time to go. Pack your bags, So Matlock, hey, man. Yeah, Matlock's still around, man. He's 100% going to stick around. He's going to probably be, again, all three phases of the game. He'll show up on the the fullback side. Love that. Show up on the defensive tackle, line side. Love that. Show up on the special teams. Man, we love Matlock up on this show, man. He thinks it's amazing. We'd love to get him on our show one of these days and just kind of have a little rap session, just hang out, just kind of shoot the shite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be awesome. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, man, open. That's what I'm saying. So, okay. So we obviously know there's some other players that kind of got cut already. My brother talked about it this week. Tyler McClellan got let go, which is really unfortunate, actually, because last year he was showing up really good at camp, but he had that injury, so he was out the entire season. So it's really a bad shame, because I honestly, I think last week someone actually asked a question about that. So saying it's like, so if Slater gets cut, well, hypothetically, obviously, heaven forbid, that's never going to happen. But hypothetically, if Slater did get cut, I do think that Tyler McClellan could make a play to become the left tackle, because he was actually showing up really good, and like he's got really good size. He's like 6'8" too, or something like that. He's like 340 pounds or whatever. So, I mean, he has all the physicals to actually be that guy. But I mean, they let him go, so obviously that wasn't really gonna happen. So it's too much of a shame, or too kind of sucks. But we also did pick up Eric Ellis to kind of help fill those gaps a little bit too. So Beef Talaboy saying, so he tore his ACL and had injuries in college. Also, Slater, Altbeck, and Pickens all play tackle. Exactly. So we have a lot of depth at tackle position, and that's what the truth is too. Is like, so having an injury, it doesn't really help too much, But I am going to talk about Pipkins as well, So let me just get into that, on that topic of, hang on a sec here, on that topic of, dang it, where'd it go? Offensive line. We look, guys, hate him or leave him. We do like Pipkins a lot on this show as well. But again, he's kind of one of those players that's kind of just been hanging around the team for a little bit. But he's never really proven that he's an outstanding player. Never really proven that he's a staple of this offensive line, or a keystone, or like some kind of unmovable object. So he's been out here for a long time, and he has suffered from some injuries, but that's kind of like the point that why I like him so much. So he doesn't really talk about it much. He's not necessarily one of those players. Hey, what's up, NFL Mike? Hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you up in the chat. Yo, what's up, man? Hey, hi. Hopefully you're having a good night, man. What's up? Hey, if you want, man, hit me up on text for a second. I'm just hanging out here on the stream. Like, if you want to just chat for a little bit, go ahead and do it. Like, I'll do it we'll let you on there. So that'd be fun. But anyway, so like I'm saying, it's like, Pipkins, like I said, he's been with the team for a long time. He has a high salary cap hit for the team right now. But it's kind of like, okay, well, I mean, do we really need him though? So let's look at our offensive line right now on depth. Okay, so currently we got like our offensive line one essentially goes Slater, Bozeman at guard, Zion at center, which is kind of strange to me still, Becton at guard, right guard, Alt at right tackle. So then behind them we got Branson Taylor, Carson Barnhart, Andre James, Jamari Sawyer, Trey Pipkins. So clearly Pipkins is not going to be a starter, but he has a really high salary cap hit, So it's kind of like crazy, So I just don't know if 100% if he'll stick around, I mean, but at the same side, like, we don't really necessarily need to let him go, because we have the money, we have the cap for it, and at the end of the day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, And the truth is, like what I was saying, Pipkins has had many injuries that he's struggled with over the years, but he's proven, if anything, that he has toughness to stick to the team and stick through the entire season. And so that's why I think, if anything, that's probably why he's going to secure his spot on the team, So I think that we will probably going to keep him at least, like, obviously he's a great, like people are saying here in the chat here, Quantum from Twitch or X is saying Pipkins for all pro. Hey, man, that'd be awesome. I would love to see him, step up in a big way. Beef Talaboy saying Pipkins is good for a swing tackle, not a starter. Also last year is of his Telesco extension. And that's kind of the thought too, So, and at the end of the day too, guys, all these players are all under the knife, or under, I guess I would say, they're on the chopping block if they're basically a Tom Telesco player or Brandon Staley player, Because look, guys, it's a new regime. We got new management. We got adults in the room finally for the first time in, God knows, at least since 2020. Now it's at least since 2008, I would say, So like all these players, like, you know, like, I mean, Harbaugh and Ortiz want to make their team not based off other people's successes and stuff, or you know, pickups and stuff, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm saying. Dr. Coldbeer wants me to say fart, so I'll say fart. Let's go. Why not? I don't care. That's what's up. Don't say adults in the room. It attracts Watson. Who's Watson? What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah. So hey, that's me. I came from YouTube. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Nice to meet you, man. Man, no, Dr. Cole beer, you're beautiful, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Anyways, so like I said, Pipkins is definitely someone that we've talked about a little bit, you know. So that's just kind of a random kind of thought process, you know. It's just like, well, it's like, I mean, he could be good for the team, but he might not, you know. You just never know, you know. So anyways, okay, so who else do I got on this list that I've kind of been making a few thoughts here, you know? So, I mean, like I said, like, I mean, as offensive line, let's see. Obviously, clearly, I mean, look, I'll say this though too. Bottom line, third string offensive line people are probably on the block. You know, look, yeah, we just signed Elijah Ellis, you know, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna have to hold on to him for the entire year. Currently on the on ESPN roster board, he's showing up on the fourth string behind right tackle Joe Alt and stuff like that. So behind even Trey Pipkins, you know. So just because like these people are signed doesn't mean that they're like, you know, they're going to be part of the 53 squad, you know. So that's just it. So I don't really know. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, yo, fourth string players are all pretty much on the block. You know what I'm saying? They're all in danger. So that includes DJ Uwe. Oh, man, I'm gonna mess it up too now. So let me give it a shot. You know, Andrew, I always give Andrew some shite for it, but DJ Uagalele. I think I did actually a good job. Actually, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So he's a fourth string quarterback. He's more likely gone. Kamani Vidal. Okay, so that's a big question too. We don't really know how many running backs we're going to keep. Keeping 4 running backs might be a good idea. Vidal's good. We drafted him last year. It's his second year. Haskins, you know, has a connection with Harbaugh, with the Michigan and stuff like that. You know, Des Fitzpatrick is a fourth stringer. I don't really know if he's doing too well. Luke Grimm, you know, he's also like not really showing. I don't really see too much thing. Delavian Campbell's not really doing so good. Tucker Fisk at tight end. Do we need 4 tight ends? I don't really know, guys. I mean, yeah. You know, but he's a good blocking tight end too. So, yeah, man. Okay, let's go to the defensive side. You know, so fourth stringers here. We got Kylon Goudry, Marlo Wax. Troy Dye is a fourth string inside linebacker. So behind Delshon Phillips, mind you, too. So I don't really know. I don't really know. I mean, I love Troy Dye. Clearly, though, I mean, we like him for special teams for sure, you know. So Garmin Randolph, you know, behind Khalil Mack on the left outside linebacker, you know. Jordan Olo Dokun. I think he might be our international player right now. So he's probably going to stick around, I think, you know. But on strong safeties, we got Jalen Jones. You know, he's fourth string behind RJ Mickens. You know, like, that's crazy. Tony Jefferson, and also behind Tony Jefferson. You know, so it's just like, geez, what do we have here? You know, M.A. Johnson behind free safety positions. You know, Alohi, Elijah, and all this stuff. Molden, Eric Rogers, of course. Like I said, like I brought up. You know, like, so a lot of these players are probably as good. You know, like, might end up sticking around, but you never know. I mean, I just don't think so, though, you know. So yeah. Dylan Browser says, I think wide receiver 2 is Mike's to lose. He's got a chemistry with Herb. Yeah, for sure, Dylan. Yeah, 100%. That's a huge you know, for opportunity for him, you know, like, so. And the reality is too, is I hate to say it, but Mike Williams is very injury prone. We've seen it. We know it. It's almost guaranteed that Mike Williams is going to get injured. It feels like, you know. So, but he's currently, Mike Williams is on first team in the wide receiver 3 set, you know? So yeah, so you have the left side, you get the right side, and you get the slot. So all these players could end up, and so more than likely, unfortunately, Mike Williams is gonna actually. Let me just pull this up real quick. Before I start, just kind of, you speaking, things into existence. So let's get some cold hard facts potentially. See. Let me look it up real quick. So I go to this website called Draft Sharks. I don't know if you ever do that. It really helped. I don't really use it for my fantasy football stuff, but it does kind of show people's injury history right there, and I really like that about it. So I mean, obviously he's had, gosh, a freaking great number of injuries. So 2015, 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 injuries in his career, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 10. 10 injuries in his career. 2 of them are considered grade 3 injuries. Actually, I would say 3 of them actually were, well, 2 of them, obviously 2015, he missed like basically the entire year. Obviously 2023, he missed basically the entire year. Basically, and yeah, there's basically no, he's only had like a few years where he's been on the field the entire year. And right now for 2025, his chance of injury is almost 80%, 79.7% chance that Mike Williams is going to be injured this year. So, I mean, it's going to be, yeah, gosh, that's crazy, man. I mean, so no matter what, he's going to miss at least a few games this season. I mean, just throw that out there. Just understand going into the season that Mike Williams is going to miss a few games. That's just facts. Can't say. So who's going to be able to step up into his shoes and really just hit the ground running? Currently on the list, like I said earlier, it should be Brandon Rice. Brandon Rice, that's going to be his opportunity. And so we need to kind of keep an eye on Brandon Rice for pulling a Tanya Harding move on Mike Williams. Maybe just putting a rock into his cleats so he kind of steps wrong or whatever like that, and breaks his ankle or sprains, like gets a high ankle sprain or whatever like that, so he misses some games and Brandon Rice can, show up, so yeah, I don't want to see that. So get that little, maybe I shouldn't put that out there, and stuff like that. So anyways, no, I just brought it up because people brought up the Mike Williams thing. So no, we're past that by now, too. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, hey, but you know what? You're right though too, Mark. That Mike Williams could get that Ben Herbert special this year, so get some of the Ben Herbert magic, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good. So that could be good. Let's see. So I don't really think I have too many other players here, so that I wanted to talk about directly. But what I can do this, let me just pull this one up. Oh man, that looks horrible. It's way too small. Let me see if I can make this bigger here for you guys. Nope, that's not here. Let me just try and zoom in here. So this is obviously the over the cap space right now, but what I wanted to do, here you go. So here you go. There you go. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. So obviously right now you can see on the top right left or top right of the screen. Let me make that try a little bit bigger. There you go. All right. So this is everyone above this list right here, the top 51 cutoff, more than likely will potentially find its place on the team. These are more like the staples, Christopher Hinton, Cam Hart, Tarheeb Still, Tony Jefferson, Rager, we talked about him. Caldwell, first year, probably more than likely going to stick around. Here, maybe I can change this up a little bit. Yeah, that makes it a little bit bigger. That makes it nice there. Eboigui, Andre James, Tito Obonya, Darius Davis, Junior Colson, Josh Harris. Yeah, these guys are all like pretty much locked in. Yeah, like there's no chance, unless they kind of like they punch someone in the face in the locker room. Like most of the guys above, above this one, the top 51, they're all probably going to make it. They're probably all going to make it. So yeah. Yeah. So, but these guys are all on the bubble for sure. Kanai Mauga, Tucker Fitz, Des Patrick, Jarrett Peterson, Kamani Vidal, Brandon Rice, all these guys, 100% are into Gadsden. So, see, I'd say at the same side, I would say Aranda Gadsden is possibly not. He's probably going to be one of those guys that's going to be moved up for sure, because he's proving that he can do what he needs to do. And what I hear, he's actually showing up at the Bolt to start running routes at like 5:30 in the morning or something like that. So he's showing up early to prove to secure his spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who else is on the team doing that, So yeah. Let's see. Traquise Bridges, obviously he was a 7th round pick, but he easily could get cut. All these players can, I mean, like I said, yeah, you can't just show up and like, oh yeah, and say that you got the job and like be like, all right, cool. I mean, definitely these guys, like, look at their signing bonuses, $5,000 signing bonus, $3,000 signing bonus. Like, hey, that's more than what I've made on a signing bonus. I've never had a signing bonus for anything, So I would love to have a signing bonus to any job. Like, I wish that I could. I wish I could have said, hey, no, I'll sign this contract if you give me a signing bonus. Give me 10% of my salary right now. Boom. That'd be it. Yeah. Some of the, look at that. These guys didn't even get a signing bonus, Trey Harris. Wow, really? So, yeah, so here's the thing, too. I know a lot of people haven't seen that he has signed, but yeah, he has signed. I guess he didn't get a signing bonus because it was too late or whatever. So I don't know. Carson Barnhart, like he has a connection to what's his name? Harbaugh with the Michigan days, So, and unfortunately, yeah, look at that. So we have currently almost $25 million in dead cap for this year because of Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. Oh wait, because we have the sign because we readjusted his thing. That's probably why. So he's still getting paid, but he's actually currently not getting paid as much for the year, I guess, So that's interesting. So Gus Edwards, yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen that someone would get dead cap money even though they're currently playing on the team. That's just a trip to me, right? That's wild. That's wild. That's weird. Gus Edwards, of course, we let him go. JT Woods, he never really showed up. Brandon Staley, that was one of his guys. Isaiah Spiller, yeah, also one of Brandon Staley's guys. Jordan McFadden, one of Brandon Staley's guys. Yeah, so anyways. So a lot to kind of decipher there, So clearly there's a lot of things, So we have to think about the broader impact or implications essentially of the roster, So we have a lot of crowded positions. Let's go back to the the ESPN thing here real quick. Yeah, like wide receivers, we have currently, at least just from this right now, the we're showing like 12 players, from the 4th string. I think we have more than that. I think we have way more wide receivers possible right there. It's a very crowded room, right, in the wide receiver group, So, but when it comes to offensive line, it's not very crowded right now. So, like, that's kind of a good thing. It makes it easier. But like I said, okay, so now cornerbacks, I think we're pretty crowded right now too. So, yeah, we got all the way back to the 4th string, but we do need a lot more of the cornerbacks and stuff, because those corners are pretty much really good for special teams, and I think also wide receivers are good for special teams as well too, because they're fast and stuff like that, So, well, let me catch up with you guys on the chat here. Let me see what are you guys saying. Okay, let me go see. Let's see. Mighty goes back to the Mike Williams thing. Says, like, I hate that everyone hates on Mike Williams. He isn't the greatest, obviously, but I be lying if I said he's not on my top 3 of favorite wide receivers in the league right now, to be honest. Well, truth is, though, yeah, I mean, look, Mike Williams is actually absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, and he has proven that he has the ability to play at a high level. It's just like the only reason why, like, I throw some shade at him, it's just because he just can't stay healthy, man. I mean, like, when he's on the field, he's a freaking unstoppable machine. I love him to death, and I love seeing the incredible, like, catches that he makes and the effort that he puts into, catching things and stuff like that, but like, you just got to stay healthy, like Harbaugh said early, before the start of this offseason, your best ability is your availability, my man. That's for sure, so yeah, and you're right. He catches everything, but he even catches sickness. He even catches injuries, catches, whatever you name it, so that's just crazy. Yeah. So yeah. Boyji, thank you for the correction there. So sorry about that. So, and it goes on to every single time the ball would get thrown up to Mike, I damn near could guarantee that he'd come down with it. Yeah, and you're right for sure. Yeah. Mike and Brendan need to take a blue chew before the games to stay healthy. Hey, man, why not? Let's make it happen. Yeah. That's for sure. We'll send them a complimentary package here pretty soon, though. Yeah. Yeah, man. Aronde Gadsden is 21 years old, 6'5", athletic. # main chick. Yes, for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, I feel like Gadsden definitely has the ability to rise all the way to the top. For sure, man. That could happen. That could 100% happen. Look at that Michigan wide receiver. He's gone for last year. Yeah, what's his name? Yeah. Was it Colson? No. Johnson, something Johnson. Yeah. It was JC initials. I know that much. Yeah, but he was drafted and he was already let go. So yeah. Conklin is underrated. Yeah. I think he is a little bit. I think he is a little underrated for sure. Yeah, but at the same side, Gadsden could take over. Like, I mean, he could prove that he's better. That's for sure. Signing bonus equals NFL OnlyFans. Hey, yeah, why not, man? Yeah, right. Let's see. Dylan made a comment says like, if it meant he could play again, I'll add another 0 to Corey's payday. Yeah, well, for sure, man. Why not? Like, Corey Lindsey was amazing. Like, I mean, it's kind of interesting. He's still got some dead cap for us too. Like, yeah, I love Corey. I miss him out there for sure. Yeah. Telesco's terrible cap is still hurting the team 2 years later. Yeah, I know. It's Joey Bosa. Like, I mean, what he did with them, is make all these 4 players on the team take up like, a whole quarter of the salary cap. Man, that ain't no way, man. That is freaking terrible. Booty stank and TT put us into debt. That's for sure. Yeah. What up? Trey Harris got a $0 signing bonus and KLS got dang near over 100K. What the? Yeah, let me double check that. Wait, hang on a sec. Yeah, you onto something, right? I want to see. Let me see that again here. Let me pull this up again for a second. Yeah, hey, you saw that? I didn't see that here. That's crazy to me. All right, so it's like KLS, Keandre Lambert Smith, $102,000 signing bonus for KLS, and then that's a trip. Trey Harris got nothing at second round draft pick, got 0 signing bonus, but that's funny. That is actually pretty funny. Man, wow, that's true. Well, it sounds like it's because Trey Harris was dragging his feet a little bit too much. He didn't want to get the deal done. So, that's just too bad. Like, hey, like, there's only so much money that can go around. Like, if you want to like play around a little bit, and just try to kind of play your hand a little bit differently. Like that's what's gonna happen, guys. Hey. This is the NFL really stands for not for long, so if you want to mess around, man, like these leagues ain't playing, like you're gonna make some money or you're gonna start. Do you want to play or do you not want to play? That's just it. I mean, it's kind of Kurt Warner learned that lesson when he got drafted, undrafted, so he's like, hey, they told him, say, hey, get on out there and make a play. And he's like, oh, I don't know the playbook. He was like, well, okay, then you're cut, So like, he just, if you hesitate, you're gonna get cut, So don't hesitate, like take your opportunity. It's just like freaking Eminem says, you only get one shot, make it happen or not. Well, that's not what he says. I added that part, So yeah. Yeah. So, right. Beef Talaboy says Raiders saw Telesco fail for 11 years and immediately signed him. It's like, why, dude? Yeah, they signed. He was just an interim GM, So obviously that's clearly this up. Hey, what's up, George? How you doing, man? No, Trey Harris has signed. I believe he's signed up. I haven't heard any official rumors about it, but apparently, like, yes, he's signed. That's all I know. Like, so yeah, I think he's signed. I mean, that's why he's hanging out, So, Miguel asked a question here. So, should we be concerned that Trey is not signed yet? Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's signed. Because I mean, that's why he's still like showing up to camp and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't understand what's going on with it though, but like, I mean, we haven't really seen official news on it though. So like, I think he's signed. I don't really know. Like, I mean, like I said, like it's kind of interesting, like of the situation. So yeah. Yeah, Mike Williams at $6 million is a great deal. That's for sure, right? Yeah, that's right. Rise to the top. Get that blue juice. Yes, yeah. Mighty says Mike Dub is the closest thing to Megatron in the league currently, in my opinion. Just injury issues, but who can control that? He literally broke his back and caught the ball. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Cornelius Johnson. That's right. Yeah, thank you, Jorge, the old bull. Thank you. Yes, I was like, dang, I knew it was JC something. Backwards or what? I don't know. So yeah, figured it out. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Maybe a lot of people are saying maybe that's right, Miguel. F around and find out. Yeah, maybe he has not signed that. Maybe he hasn't. So I don't know. Anyways, but like I said, we've had a lot of standouts in this camp already. So it just kind of makes me wonder. It's like, so does the team want to emphasize on youth? Over and more versatility and stuff, so finding players that can actually do multifaceted roles. We talk about that sometimes, that the team really wants that, so and that was the thing too. I think somebody did ask earlier in the show about my my shout out on the jersey. So let me see if I can pull up. I want to do this. Yeah, let me pull up a little thing here. Let's go into jersey history. So let me see. There you go. Yeah, here you go. Let's do this. Let's just pull this. Okay, so first up, so let's do a little bit of educational, I guess a deduction, educational deductions. I guess no, it's it. Educational guesses, hypotheses, So obviously one of the things that we haven't seen from the Chargers in a long time is this type of jersey. Where on the powder blue and the navy bolt. It'd be kind of interesting, right? I mean, this was the original, absolutely like the first jersey that the team. Hey, I don't like that. Let's just do this. Let's keep it like that. Ever did, and this was the first one in LA. So it could be something like this. Obviously, I would like to see that a little bit. But I think this is a little bit just too simple for the team to do. So I don't think they're gonna go with this one at all. Yeah, but I'll just say this. So my hypothesis is this, though. Is that the team will kind of stick with something that's kind of retro. Will stick to some kind of throwback for the special one. And so that's why I'm kind of deducting what the team could do based on all this stuff, So it would be interesting to see all this kind of thought, going back into it, So this this is probably maybe my third choice though. You know, I wouldn't say that this is not going to really happen. More than anything though, more than likely not going to be like the black or like a navy bolt on the powdered jersey. Just more than likely not. More than likely not. So, but this kind of style could potentially happen where we have, this is not really necessarily a jersey thought that I want to have, but I want to see the, the bolt, with the color change around it. You know what I'm saying? So like, with that stripe there. So the bolt inside of the stripe, that's something that I would like to see once again. Like I want to see that brought back, because I miss that. I love that side of the jersey. Sure, without it, it's a little bit more clean. But honestly, I also really like to see the numbers on the jersey too. I really like to see the numbers on the sleeves, because it makes the jerseys look even better when they're actually in the cases and stuff like that, So that's just kind of my thoughts, So yeah, Miguel says, I want to see the white outline. I want to see the powder blue outline. That's all. That's kind of thought, So yeah. Stay ready. Random thought too. I think QJ really finally shows us what's up this year. Yeah, I hope so. Third time's the charm. Third year of the charm. So yeah. Okay. So Mighty is also saying he really wants to see a black jersey. I know a lot of people like that, but for me personally, I don't want to see black. I mean, navy is our black, or navy is our dark. That's our midnight. That's our blackout type thing, or dark out, whatever you want to call it. That's our thing. But I will say this, so 1961 type jersey, does work with our thing, because of the numbers, has the, like the gold outline and just like the powder blue for the white one. And then it's like the gold, and then the white for the powder blue. So that, which matches basically exactly how we have it right now. So we could see that. We could see the outline again. So, so obviously the 64 jersey, they just changed it a little bit more on the numbers. I don't really see that happening. It's just too simple. The 60, same with the 66, they took away the stripe or like the bolt on the pants. I can't see that happening at all. 67, this was actually a very clean jersey, guys. Like, I mean, I kind of like this stuff too, so it's just like, okay, it was a navy jersey with a white outline. They took away the stripe, the outline of the bolts there. It just made it much more clean, very simple, very, very simple. They brought the bolt back on the pants, but made it the navy bolt. They kind of matched the jersey a little bit. That could be interesting. But again, if that happens, that would be really cool. But let me go back to this though too. So the one reason why I might see something, this 1961 stuff happening, because that was the jersey that we wore as a championship, when we actually won the AFL championship, so we could, that's why I could see something like this return, because to represent the actual time that we did win a championship, of course it was the AFL days, pre-Super Bowl days, whatever like that, could be this 1961 flavor, like maybe make a more modern version of this, could be the thought process. But maybe, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. Take it for what it is. Yeah. So, just something, 69 comment there, so I do like the 68 kind of stuff. Like you said, kind of going back on the 67 type stuff, but going back with that powder blue, so that'd be good. Pretty good. But then for whatever reason in 72, they went back to the no bolt pants. I don't know why they even thought about that. And then going into the 73, similar stuff. They kind of changed the colors up a little bit, So, but here is where I thought it got interesting. Of course, So the 1974 jerseys, into the 85 era, So this is where I think we're gonna see. So this is okay. So I would say my number 2 choice is this one. Let's go back on that one there. So the 1961 championship type of style jersey. That's the one. But my number 1 choice of what's going to happen, what we're going to see, is going to be in these 70s to 80s jerseys. So, and here's the reason why. Well, number one, clearly, we all know that we're going to get new helmets this year. So a lot of speculation around those helmets, it could be a lot of different things. I mean, I've seen the powder blue jersey popping up, so it could be the, powder blue chrome kind of stuff like that, but it could be the navy, could be an all navy helmet, so similar to these right here, these 1974 helmets with the big old bolt and the navy helmet with the gold rim. That could very, very well be possible here like that too. But we also think it could be like a more navy grill too, which would be pretty interesting as well. But then we add on top of that with the these royal jerseys from 74, because we actually, and with the outline, with the white outline and the gold bolt with the royal outline of that and stuff like that. So we could see something retro like this. Obviously, not the yellow pants with just a stripe. It would be with the bolt. And so that would be pretty interesting. And I think that could be a real actual thing. And the reason why I also go back and thinking that it could be a royal thing again, because this past year in 2024 season, we did not have a royal jersey. They took it out of the rotation. It was just the powder blue, white, and navy. So we could see this royal back in the rotation. And that's kind of why I'm thinking is that we could see this kind of set where it's the, royal jersey. Could be even a royal blue helmet, actually, too. Craig saying all yellow. We go the piss boys, I guess. That'd be Piss Thunder, I guess, whatever. A gold helmet like those in the chrome orange. That would be awesome, pretty awesome too. Yeah. Baby blue helmets, chrome gold, baby blue pants, all gold. That'd be pretty solid. Yeah. So, but I really do think that if we're gonna go with something, it could be this, guys. I mean, really, realistically, so if it's gonna be a navy helmet, which I think it would probably be more likely gonna be a navy helmet than a royal helmet. So that way you can use it for the royal, like the navy jerseys, the all navy jerseys. Then we can have also this navy kind of alternation from this era, So we have the navy jersey with the white stripes, with the navy outline on the bolts inside of the white stripes, with the numbers on the sleeves. This could be it right there, guys. I mean, and we might even be able to see those yellow pants in the rotation, or these pants back in there, So I would love to see this. This is the alternate that I want to see. I mean, but then again, it would be double up on the that would double up on the navy type of jersey that we have, So it's just there's just too many different options, So I mean, so I don't know if it's with the gold numbers or with the white numbers, So personally, I really like the white numbers better than the gold numbers on the navy jersey, because that's more like what I was used to from this 80s style, So like the style that we actually went to the Super Bowl in, is this 88 jersey right here, and into the 1990s jersey. I don't know, man. I totally forgot that they just had the stripes on there, But good old Junior Seau wore this jersey. But they took away the stripes outline there. Yeah, so I just don't know, guys. I mean, I'd love to see it like that, So bring back. So I guess that was kind of my thoughts. Maybe bring back the royal jersey. So that's my number one thought. It's going to be bringing back the royal, and it's going to have that this 70s outfit look. So. That's my number one choice on that, So, hey, we got Pacific Northwest Bolt Club up in the house. What's up, Mo? How you doing? Hope you guys are having a good time up there in the Northwest. Yeah, yeah, you guys are a great little group, you know. So like, I would love to actually make it out there one time and hang out with y'all. That'd be really fun to do some kind of watch party, you know. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Philip saying, what if they go with the 90 to 2000 Harbaugh play with it? Oh, that's actually really good. You know, like I said, it would be this style. So maybe they would take the variant. They would take that variant from the, make this the variant for the Navy game instead of the current variant that they have. You know, so that'd be awesome. So they have the numbers on the sides, really just do that retro to the San Diego Chargers day under the time that Harbaugh was with the team. That could be awesome. And of course we'd have the Navy helmet. That'd be sick, that could very, very well could be possible, very, very possible. I like that. I like that a lot. And it's, man, I loved like the 2000s when they brought back the, then here you go, guys. So bringing back into what you guys are saying, because look, in the 2000s, we had literally that setup. The white helmet with the number on the side of the helmets with the powder blue jerseys, the lightning bolts on the pants. And then we had, of course, these were the 3 jerseys back then. And so it's very possible that this could be the move for sure, So I guess maybe that could be. So I think the chat, you guys probably decided, look here, in 1992, they even had the Navy pants with the bolts, which kind of we have now too. So it's like, I mean, like I said, like I think the highest probability would be to have, this Navy as our Navy alternates with the Navy helmets. That's it. That's my thoughts. That's the highest possibility is that, or the Royals from like the 80s, 70s situation, so those are my highest probabilities standpoints. We'll probably never see these ones again. I know Joey Bosa kind of complained about it, too much stitching, too much little issues with it, but I actually really like those jerseys a lot. Like I really, really, I thought they were pretty hot. I thought they're great. In fact, the 2013 ones were awesome. Where they had like the half, air holes and stuff like that. I miss those jerseys for sure. So, but yeah, man, clearly that's kind of like the 2000 era. I think was so perfect. That was 100%. That was probably my favorite era for the jerseys. I think in my own lifetime, I would say so. Man, because man, those powder blues, back and then, that was it. I guess they called them baby blue at that point, right? That was just so yeah. What is he gonna saying? What is it? What are you guys gonna do? Sit here and speculate for 2 hours? No, I'm not gonna sit out for 2 hours. I'm almost done with the show, actually, man. Wait till the day comes that you don't have anything better. Yeah, we really don't. We really don't have much to talk about, man. So yeah. But we already finished that. We're just speculating on all that stuff, So yeah, I guess someone pissed off. Whatever. Carlos, what's up, my man? Hey, good to see you. Finally got to watch the show. Thanks for continuing to go live. Keep up the good work. San Diego for life. What's up, my man? Hey, good to see you. Marcus says, I love the powder blues, but I'm tired of little baby boy Chargers. We need to have navy blue unis back with Harbaugh and a bite down the kneecaps. Yeah, so like that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, so I would like to see the navies back in the rotation more. That's what I would like to see, that more. Like, let's get a couple more games out of the navies instead of just doing powder blue, at home. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the powder blue, but like the navy just hits harder, I feel like. So yeah. See, yeah. Oh, Miguel's saying, controversial here. He's saying your current jerseys are not the favorite. Hey, you know what? That's totally fair, man. Totally fair. So, anyways, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm pretty much, like I said, I'm kind of done with the talking about what I wanted to talk about, some cuts and put some players on alert, so that way they can actually get step up and all that stuff, you know. So yeah. Oh, Andrew, sorry, my man. We're just about to wrap up here, man. So yeah, but we did talk a little bit about a lot of the cuts. We talked about the jerseys a lot. We're just having a good time, you know. So yeah. Philip was saying, yeah, on the jerseys, yeah, I think we'll probably stick with 3 actually, but actually, like I said, there is a very real possibility that we'll have 4 again, and it will probably be a royal in the throwback setup that we've had from the 70s under the Dan Fouts era, you know. So that could very, very well happen, you know. So but right now, like, yes, we do have only 3, and the current setup that we have is very much like the 2000 setup. You know, look, I'll just show it to you again here, kind of like this, you know. So we got the navies, we got the white, and we got the powder blue, and pretty much exactly like this, you know. So it's very possible that this could be what we do again, but you know, hey, you never know, but I'm excited. So yeah, man. But yeah, man. Anyways, guys, so I'm very excited about the team this year for sure. You know, like, so we obviously we have a lot of stacked rooms, so wide receiver, cornerbacks, and you know, some linebackers even too. So, but there's a lot of players that are actually on the chopping block, and I hope that they start to show up and prove that they got the worth to make the team, because, you know, like, hey, we love our bolts, we love our boys, and the powder blue and the navy, you know, and gold. But you know, at the end of the day, they got to prove that they have the ability to stay on this team. So and that's up to them. So, but yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff coming up. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the video. And just so you guys know, us bros, we're coming to a conclusion. Like, so it sounds like a lot of us, for me, it sounds like for me, like I have to make the first weekend work. That's just kind of like the end of the day, you know, it's because my work schedule is kind of crazy. You know, but my brothers are probably going to be showing up on the second week, for a couple of days and stuff like that, you know. So, but I pretty much, for me, like, it's a non-starter that I have to show up for that first weekend. So that's more than likely what I'm going to have to be there. And it's going to be pretty interesting. So, but yeah, guys, appreciate you guys for joining the show. We had some good comments, good commentary, good thoughts about what's coming up. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But we will keep you guys informed with anything that we find interesting, and we'll make some more videos, just like you said. One of my brothers like to do some more stuff on the weekend, during the week, and I like to do some more stuff on the weekend. And we will go live, of course, on Sunday. All of us bros will probably be back together again and chatting and stuff like that, you know. So you guys have a wonderful night, and as always, guys, Bolt Bros, let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here, watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder and electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.